Hey everybody, it is Jeremy from the RV Family Travel Atlas podcast, and I wanted to do something kind of fun here and do an unboxing of this Coleman Premium Dual Fuel Lantern. I've become somewhat obsessed with these old-fashioned lanterns lately, and I've never actually liked the battery-powered lanterns. I don't really like the light. I think batteries are very expensive. So my buddy Phil got me into these old-fashioned lanterns, these Coleman lanterns. You could still buy them new. You could, of course, go on Craigslist and buy them used as well. But this Coleman dual fuel lantern runs on unleaded gasoline, or it runs on this Coleman camp fuel. So I want to pull this thing out. I want to show you how to set it up, show you how to light it, show you how to use it. Because I think for most people, it's kind of like a foreign object to you, these old-fashioned lanterns, unless you grew up with them. So let's unbox this thing and see how we operate it, see how it functions, see how it works, and maybe you could decide if you want one for yourself. They run about 50 to 80 bucks, I would say, depending on where you buy it and if you get a good price or not. So common sense would dictate that we take the camp fuel and get that out of the way here for a minute until we need it again. And the only other things you're going to need are scissors and some matches. These are a little bit overkill, but that's what I have right now. So put those to the side, and we're going to open this thing up. And I would really recommend buying one that comes with the case. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice here is this comes with a pretty nice carrying case, and it opens by just untabbing it down here, and your lantern's going to go there. You're going to put it back on when you're done, and you're going to make sure it clicks a little bit. There it goes. People online complain sometimes that when you lift it up, the lantern falls out. That's user error, because it really it does work pretty well if you know what you're doing. So let's put that to the side as well, and let's pull out the actual lantern. Now you can buy this separately, but what I've noticed is getting the lantern and the case together is often the same price as just getting the lantern. So find one where it comes with your case. So let's open this thing up. Some of you have no experience with these. It might surprise you what you've got to do to get them running. So this is called the ventilator, aka the top. All right, we'll put that right here. And I'm going to pull out the whole body of the lantern, like so. Really nice looking lantern. Totally different than the El Cheapo batteries powered ones that you get. And also, by the way, a lot cheaper to operate and to run than buying batteries. The camp fuel is less expensive than buying batteries for sure. Now you'll notice that this comes with a funnel, and it's a really cool little self-regulating funnel. You'll know when it's full. Okay, so we'll come back to that. You got your funnel, and then you've got your mantles, and this is the part that's going to be mystifying to people that don't have experience with them. And I do have scissors here, so let's cut open the mantle. And you've got to tie these on and then pre-burn them, which is kind of crazy. So you're going to get two mantles like this. All right, put them down for a second. Let's get all this cardboard off of here. So you have your glass globe, which, by the way, makes this a little bit more fragile. A lot more fragile, really. So be careful if you have small kids around, or maybe just don't get one until your kids are a little bit older. These are replaceable if they fall and smash and break. This tag is warning us that there's a carbon monoxide hazard and not to use it inside, so let's follow that rule there. Don't use these in the house. People used to many, many years ago. People shouldn't do that anymore. And I'm outside, okay? So you want to do the pre-burning, and you want to light this thing, you want to use this thing. This is an outside lantern. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the mantles, and don't ask me to explain the scientific process by which these things work. But you're going to see there's a little lip here, okay? Right around that. And you're going to put the mantle on, like so. You're going to cinch it. As you can see, I'm not an expert yet. You're going to cinch it tight. And this is going to be the painful part for you to watch. You've got to tie them. Got to tie a knot there. Make it snug. And then they recommend that you cut off. I'm going to actually double knot it. Why not? Take your time here. Get it on right. And then they recommend that you cut off the excess string. And let's do the other one. And it's about to get fun, so don't leave me yet. Pre-burning them's pretty cool. You're just going to cinch this one again, tight as you can. And you're going to knot it. And I have somewhat clumsy fingers. Not exactly a hand model either with the Band-Aid there. Get that nice and snug right around that lip. When you get it, you'll see that lip. It's really easy to see where you're supposed to snug it up. I'm going to double knot it again with my little 5th grade knot. And I'm going to take that, cut that off again. So now your mantles are ready for pre-burning. You might want to get them nice and even there. All right. Now, this is where you start to have a little bit of fun with this thing. So you're going to get a match, and I should probably move this a little bit away from my face. And you're going to pre-burn them. You're going to bring the match around underneath both of these mantles, and that's going to burn off a coating that's on there that has to come off before that mantle can be used to create light. All right. Again, you don't need the foot-long match, but that's what I have, and they work pretty well. All right, so you ready? There's going to be fire here. You kind of want to take your time and go all the way around the bottom. Okay, and you're going to let them burn out, let it burn off. Try not to touch it as much as I just did because they're somewhat fragile. That's what I'm saying. It's a little crazy, you know, like if you're used to battery-powered lanterns, like this looks kind of wild to me. It's kind of fun at the same time. You put that match away. Now, in some of the directions, they recommend that you wait about 5 minutes to for these to cool off and settle. So I'll wait a minute here, but let me just explain some of the reasons why you might want one of these lanterns. First off, they're really cool looking. Gives you a nice vintage look at the campsite. Second, much cheaper than a battery-operated lantern. And third, and the thing that was really surprising to me, is they actually really give off very nice heat. So if it's like a cold fall night and you have this at the picnic table while you're eating, you need to be careful with it. Okay, you don't want the kids knocking it over because you're going to put fuel in here. It gives off a really nice heat. I mean, it's not like a heater or a space heater, but it feels kind of nice around a picnic table outside. All right, so I am going to rush this a little bit for the sake of the video. And I'm going to put this back on. Like I said, you might want to let that wait 5 minutes. I'm going to set that in there. It feels a little loose, but it's fine. Oh, and you want to take that little nut off there. Now you're going to tighten the ventilator or the top, but don't go too tight, because apparently you can crack the glass globe if you go too tight. So you want it snug, but you don't want it really, really tight. And plus you want to be able to get it back off. So I'm going to go right about there, I guess. I mean, I could keep twisting that, all right? So you've pre-burned your mantles. Now you're ready to put fuel in this thing, which is pretty cool. It's pretty fun to do, actually. So you're going to open that up. You're going to put in your funnel. Now, you want a longer part at the bottom. And then inside here, there's like this, it almost looks like a candle wick. You want that turned to the side, okay? You want that turned to the side at, say, 3 o'clock, right? You're going to put that in right there, like so. And you're going to get that Coleman camp fuel. This is like $12, $13. There's also another company named Crown that sells the same size, and I believe this is a 1 US gallon. And the Crown is less expensive. I haven't used it, but people say it works just fine. Other people also say they will use half and half Coleman camp fuel, half unleaded gas to cut down on the price. But remember, it is a dual fuel lantern, and you can run it on unleaded gas. I just have never done that. All right, so we're going to open that. Now, they recommend that you hold it like so, and you pour it like so, because we don't want embarrassing spills. I'm taking a chance for you people. All right, and you're going to look in. Do it a little bit at a time. And it's going to flow right in. It's got a filter there to get out any impurities. And it's just going to keep draining in. Once it stops draining in, you're full. And then I'll tell you what to do at that point. And I think you do want to fill it. The directions recommend that you actually fill it all the way. You don't want to just do a little bit. You want to fill that thing up. I'm just going nice and slow so I don't spill. And you can see I'm not spilling. And then once it stops draining in, which I might be, yep, I'm getting there. Okay, so it stopped draining in. Put the gas to the side when you're doing any of the lighting. Okay, you don't want that nearby. Now, overfill that last little bit. But I'm going to pull it out slow. Nice and slow. So we don't have too much leakage. I went a little too far, so I have a little bit of leakage there. Hi, Max. How are you, buddy? My son is just popped into the video over there. You want to come say hello? Okay, so you're going to want to turn this tight. Not too tight, though. Okay? And then you're going to want to pump this and pressurize it. So you're going to want to turn this little knob counterclockwise a full turn. And then you're going to want to put your thumb over it, because there's a little air hole. So you got to put your thumb over it, and then you need to pump it 30 times. Some people do it 20 times. "22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now some of you are saying this is ridiculous. Why would I ever want to do that? And others of you are like, this is pretty cool. All right, so it's pressurized now. Okay. Okay, so now that you've primed it, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to light another match. And you're going to want to put it through this opening here. And with the flame going, you're going to want to open it up all the way. Turn it all the way to the left to get the propane flowing through and hopefully light this bad boy. So we'll put that right through. We're going to open, there it goes, and that's normal to get a little flame there. Not going to happen every time. Still might be burning that coating off the mantle a little bit. So don't freak out. That's totally normal. Might want to have a fire extinguisher nearby, but I haven't had any trouble with it. So it's going to burn off. It might take a second. And this is a 700 lumen lamp. You can already feel some nice heat coming off it. So imagine yourself in the fall at the campground using this at night. And it throws that 700 lumens off in 360 degrees in every direction. So it really could light up the whole campsite. So there she is, all lit up. Coleman Premium Dual Fuel Lantern. There's also one called the Powerhouse, which is like 1200 lumens, but it was quite a bit more expensive, so I went with this one. Really beautiful lantern. These things last for years. People collect them. People go out and buy ones that are 30, 40, 50 years old and refurbish them and fix them up. This is camping gear that you could give to your kids one day, and it's camping gear that I'm excited to use this year. A little bit classic, a little bit of a throwback to the past. So again, I'm Jeremy. I'm the co-host of the RV Family Travel Atlas podcast. You can check us out in iTunes, and you could also follow us on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, any of those places under RV Family Travel Atlas. And we just redesigned our website. It's rvfta.com. So check it out, and maybe check out an old school lantern for the 2018 camping season. Thank you for tuning in.